All right, guys, it is one day exactly on the nose from the WWE Network finally being online. I cannot wait. Seriously, I am so gung ho about getting this because I can get all my pay per views that I want to see without paying $60. It'll just be on there for $9.99 a month. Now, people saying, oh, well, people are saying, like, okay, $9.99 a month, it's just too good to be true, plus you have a 6 month commitment. Honestly, if you put all the stuff together, it is pretty much the same exact amount for a pay per view. For like, you get like 12 pay per views for the entire year for the exact same amount that you would pay for regular pay per view, and that's like $60. So I don't think it's bad, but that's not what I'm planning on talking about for this video. It is all about the Elimination Chamber. This is the road to WrestleMania, guys, and so far they really haven't done a lot to beef up the Elimination Chamber, but I really do feel these are going to be great matches. At least I hope there will be. So this is my prediction video for the Elimination Chamber, which is going to happen on Sunday. So let's get started with some of the Elimination Chamber matches. Let's start off with the kickoff match. Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus Ryback and Curtis Axel. Do I care? No, because I can care less about the poor man's Goldberg and the forgettable one, Curtis Axel. I can care less about those two. But let's be honest I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. The main reason why they're having this match is just to keep them relevant. They've done far too much pushing for Ryback to give up on him now. And let's face it, Curtis Axel, they probably felt like they owed it to him because he's the son of Mr. Perfect. Even though there is no way, shape, or form he's anywhere in relation to Mr. Perfect. I mean, besides the fact he has the whole biological genes and things going. But he is not Mr. Perfect. Far from it. He's good at what he does. He can perform, but he can't perform like Mr. Perfect. I'm sorry. He can't perform on the mic like Mr. Perfect. He's not Mr. Perfect. But besides all that, as for the match itself, I really do not see them winning. They have no reason to win. Because shoot, Goldust and Cody Rhodes don't even have the belts anymore. So does it really matter? No. But if I had to give a person or people to win this match, I guess I would say Goldust and Goldust and Cody Rhodes for the win. I mean, if I really did care, I would give them that. So I'm just gonna give it to those two. But let's move on. I'm gonna pretty much go for the standalone matches first before I go into the championship matches. So let's get started with the match that I want to see. My personal main event of the night, and I'm gonna get this out the way because it's something that I want to talk about. I am talking about Chaos versus Order, which is Order being the Shield versus Chaos being the Wyatt family. I'm all about the Wyatts. I love my heels. I really do. I love my psychotic heels because psychotic heels have a lot more interest in them. They have a lot more going for them, a lot more personality, even though they don't really have much of a personality because they're kind of chaotic. But either or, the Wyatt family really needs a bigger push than the Shield because we all know that the Shield's going to break up soon, and this is going to probably be the point where they are going to break up because I really do feel that Roman Reigns is going to be the guy that's going to be picked to go against the Undertaker in the streak. He is going to go against Taker in the streak, and he has to break up from the Shield to do so. I do not think he's going to feud with Dean Ambrose. I don't think he's going to even talk about Seth Rollins. I think they're going to move on from Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins and focus all about Roman Reigns. So they're going to break up. It's going to end, and it's going to be all about the Wyatts, and the Wyatts going to be dominant. Wyatts for the win. Moving on from there to Batista versus Alberto Del Rio. Gosh, they have done everything in their power to keep this guy relevant. Nobody cares about freaking Alberto Del Rio. Ever since he got rid of his whole aristocrat gimmick, nobody cares. The only thing that made us interested in Del Rio was the fact that he pretended to be rich. I don't know if he really is rich, but everybody wanted to see what car he was going to come in all the time, or what he was wearing and stuff like that, him being a Mexican aristocrat. But now that he threw all that out the window, nobody cares about him anymore. And now you got Batista that made this huge debut, and he's feuding with Del Rio. Well, let's face it, Del Rio ain't going to win this one. It's going to be Batista for the win all the way. Moving on to the next person, or to the next match, actually, will be Darren Young versus Titus ONeil. I cannot believe that they put this on the card. This should be on a kickoff match, seriously. Because they're going to push Titus ONeil because Titus ONeil has a look. He has a personality. He has a flair. He's better on the mic than Darren Young. I don't see Darren Young going any further. He has nothing more to him besides the fact he came out. That's all there is. The only reason why, and I hate to say it, the only reason why the primetime players got the biggest push they had was because he came out on TNT. That's it. That's all. There's nothing really going on with those two. They're great as friends, I guess, behind the scenes, but they're really not doing anything unless they have some kind of promotion. So I really do feel that Titus ONeil has a bigger personality than Darren Young. So I don't think Darren Young's going to win. I don't know what's going to happen to him. He's going to probably have his own singles push. I doubt he's going to be pushed, but he's going to be going doing the singles thing for a while. But I think that's about it. So my actual win is going to be Titus ONeil for the win. Now let's move on to the championship matches. There happen to be 3 on this pay-per-view, and I'm going to get started on the tag team championship match. The Usos versus the New Age Outlaws. The New Age Outlaws, the fact that they actually got the title, I'm like, why? We all know you're not going to hold it that long. You're only there for a little bit, and then after that, you're going to drop it to the next person. I really do feel that the Usos really do need to take this title. They've earned it. Like, seriously, they worked their butts off for the last few years, and they've improved every time. They're hungry. They really do deserve to have the championship. I hope they do win, because the New Age Outlaws has been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It's time to move on. So my vote is to the Usos for the win, and I'm hoping that they actually do win, and they don't screw them in the very end, because that would suck. But moving on from there to the IC Championship match with Biggie Langston versus Jack Swagger. I'm really hoping for the day they kind of unify the U.S. title and the IC belt and just make it the undisputed IC Championship. That's what they should do, because the U.S. belt is not being utilized. And I'm hoping that this is a personal pipe dream of mine. I know I'm getting off tangent here, but I'm just being real. I'm hoping they fuse the belt soon and actually put it at WrestleMania. But that's just something I'm hoping. But let's talk about the match. Do I think that Big E is going to win? Yes. Do I feel like Jack Swagger is going to win? No. Big E for the win. And moving on from there to the World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match, which is going to be the main event of the night. Now, there are so many people in this thing to actually pick, and it's really hard to. I see Randy losing at WrestleMania. That's pretty much it. Even though I love Sheamus, I like Christian, he's okay. John Cena, he's alright. I don't think Cesaro is ready for it though. And yes, everybody in the YWC and the whole freaking world, especially those that are talking about the yes movement, is all about Daniel Bryan. I got no beef with Daniel Bryan. Do I feel that he needs to have this moment now? No. He needs to have his moment at WrestleMania. Because let's face it, he's been in 2 WrestleManias, and his first really good WrestleMania match was a dark match, WrestleMania 27, and his embarrassing one was the year after at WrestleMania 28. So honestly, he really never had a true WrestleMania moment. He hasn't. I'm sorry. So honestly, I really do feel that WrestleMania 30 should be his moment. It should be his moment where he actually does win the title, or if he actually does become champion. I don't know. But seeing how that Randy Orton is going to go further, it's going to be Batista versus Orton. I don't know what's going to happen from there, unless he actually does somehow interrupt or does something. But I just don't see it Daniel Bryan. I really do see that Randy Orton is going to retain the title, and it's going to be Orton versus Batista at WrestleMania. As much as I would love to see Daniel Bryan be champ, and I do, because he does deserve it and he has earned it, I just don't see it happening, at least not now. I really hope for the day that this man actually does get his own WrestleMania moment, and he's able to at least be champion in the grandest stage of them all, but we're just going to have to wait till that happens. But honestly, guys, those are my predictions for the Elimination Chamber. Stay tuned to my review after the Elimination Chamber ends on Sunday. Snitch Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.